Hi, welcome to Lesson 2 of Excel. My name is Sophie and I'm going to be your trainer, coach, mentor for this lesson. Okay? So, the last lesson, what we did was we understand why learning Excel is very important in today's modern industry. Alright, whether it's in the industry, whether it's at any level, job level, and stuff like that. So, and the different versions of Excel. So now what we're going to learn is we're going to understand the overview of Excel, all right, and ensuring that we know how to navigate in Excel. So let's start from the top all the way to the bottom, okay? Now, so on top here, okay, there's this black bar which tells you what does it mean actually. So on top is usually called the title bar. So in an Excel, a file is usually called a book. So what workbook are we looking at right now? So since here by default, okay, it's telling you it's book 1. So book 1 is the title of this book right now. Most Excel workbook, if we do not change the name of the file, it will be book 1. Okay? Alright, now so next one. The bottom part here is what we call, the entire thing is what we call the ribbon, just like a strip of a ribbon. Now, in the ribbon, it consists of many things. So, for example, here, okay, you can notice there's word file, home, insert, page layout. Now, I like to use Excel with an example, a metaphor of a book. So, as we can see, we have the title of the book on top, and in every book, there's a chapter. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. So, when we look at file, home, insert, this is like a chapter of a book. So, chapter 1, for example, would be the file tab. So, this one is a home tab. Next one is an insert tab, where I click on it. Page layout, formulas, data, and stuff like that. So, let's say if I would like to go to the home tab, I simply have to click on it. Now, that is for the home tab. Now, in each tab, there is different contents. Now, in every tab, there is also divided into different groups, okay? And it's called groups. So, you notice here, the clipboard group, font group, alignment group, and etc., etc. So, you notice in the home tab, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different groups inside here. Alright? Now, in each group, what we have are the commands. So, for example, you notice here there are many small things here. So B, let's say if I don't know what is B stands for, what do I do? Very simply, I just point to it, and B stands for bold. As you can see, there's text below there. Make the selected text bold. Now, let's choose another example. If let's say I don't understand what does A stands for, when I point to it, A underline in red, it says font color. Okay? Alright, so let's recap. This is called the title bar. Entire thing is called a ribbon. This is called tabs. And in each tab, there's always a group. And in each group, there's a command. Okay? Now, how about this white bar here? Now, this is a very important bar, which is called the formula bar. In the formula bar, it basically tells you what does each cell contains. I'll explain to you what cell later, but basically now you don't see anything because it's blank. Now, FX. What is FX? Now, when I point to it, it tells me it tells me that it stands for insert function. So we will know what is a function later, but function is basically one of the main things in Excel. Okay, now this part here is what we call the name box. Now, the name box is the name of the cell. So, each cell here is like the grid is made out of cells, right? Has a name to it. Now, so you notice C5, D6, F19, and etc., etc. So, how do we understand how it's named? Now, first things first, we need to know that in the spreadsheet grid, it's divided into columns and rows. Now, the columns are represented by alphabets. So D, F, G, and stuff like that. Now, but the rows are divided into numbers. So, for example, if let's say, if the name box tells me B7, it starts with the column first, followed by the rows. So B7, and you notice it's highlighted in orange. Now subsequently, if let's say I would like to go to the cell G13, now I have to look at the columns first. I click on G and I look down for the number 13, which has to be on the same column. So I click on this, double check. So am I at G13 now? Orange, orange, and check here, G13. Now, last but not least, okay, let's say if I would like to go to K9. So I go to K, alright, and then I click on 9. So subsequently, this is K9. So all this is what we call the cells. Yeah? Okay, and in general, the bottom part here is what we call the worksheets, which I will talk about it in the next lesson. So thank you so much for it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Do like it, and I'll see you in the next video.